Made it on time. That was a close one. Whew. Alrighty. Hello. Am I on? Yes, I should be on live. I mean, yeah, my connection should be good at least. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hey, Adele. Hey, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's Monday, right? I don't know what day it is. The Eagles won. So I went to sleep at like 4:30. I am so sorry. It's Monday, right? It's Monday, isn't it? I don't know what day it is. I hope. Okay, great. Woo! That is so embarrassing. But please share the live. Bring as much people in because some people might have forgot it's Monday like me. Yeah, I am so sorry. Good evening, good evening. Happy Monday. Likes, tap, 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 tap for me. Thank you so much. Remember to share the live. Lots of people might have forgotten today's class. I'm a wreck. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I ain't even got no makeup on. That was not intentional. I have full intentions of doing my makeup, but I did not. Why? Because, as you can clearly see, I'm in a completely different surrounding. I will be filming courses in my new space. If you hear music playing, I'm at my studio in the top office in the studio. So there's a photo shoot going on right now, and they like to bump the jams. If you hear it, I apologize. I tried to insulate the room as best as I could, but I'm just so excited to have not be in my apartment, not be in like my confined space, even though it's my space and I love my apartment so much. I really wanted to get in the habit of leaving the house. And when I leave the house, I'm doing work. Okay. Give a couple more minutes for everybody to get into class. Now, today's lesson, I briefly touched on it with the video that I stitched about 2 days ago. So this class is going to be about actually building your kit. Now, this kit can be portable. You can take it wherever you go. You can take it to the office if you need to do your makeup really quickly, if you're running low on time. You can do this at home. Like, this kit is going to be designed for you. So, again, if you read your syllabus, you should have started this process. You should have started getting a couple things. Week 1 was skincare. Week 2 was actually technique. And week 3, which is this week, we will be focusing on how to buy and build your kits. If you saw the video, I touched on what products you should use that are multi-use. I have my kit right here with some goodies that I intend to share with you. And if you have any questions, please hold them to the end when we do Q&A, okay? How was everybody's weekend? This is coffee, calm down. 4:30 a.m. Everybody watched the game. I know we watched at halftime. Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. So yes, today is Monday. Yeah. Coffee, sure. Hush. No, I'm dead. I'm so serious. This is coffee. I went to Trader Joe's before I came into the studio. This is coffee. Oh my God. One of my favorite makeup artists did SZA's Glam. They flew her in from London. Oh my God. It's coffee. Relax. It's coffee. Go Birds. Now, I'm a Philadelphian. However, my team is the Steelers. But it's still Pennsylvania, so it's okay. I love the Steelers. I'm a Steelers fan. We have 6. Y'all have, 2, 3? But yeah. I'm very proud of my city. We didn't burn it to the ground this time. We didn't break too much stuff this time. But of course, this is Philly, so yeah, we broke a few things. I'll give you the thank you. All right, so yes, please like, tap, please, and send the live out. The halftime show was incredible. I prayed that they would perform All the Stars because that's my favorite. That's my favorite song. It's like seriously one of my favorite songs, like top 5. I played that song a ridiculous amount of times, 2018, 2019, 2020. See you Friday, girl, if you out. Yes. Halftime show was absolutely, you should write a dissertation. I have a feeling that many people are going to write their dissertations and the majority of them will not be Black. And that's going to be infuriating. Anyway, on to, oh, it's your ringtone, damn. Y'all are quick. Y'all are so quick. Girl, this Superboy is also trending here. Wow, really? I didn't think people cared about football like that. Well, American football. No, I mean, I didn't even know y'all could do that. You can, wow. Oh, it was because of the performance. Makes sense. All right, on to today's lesson. So building out your kit. Of course, you want to have your tools. Your tools are very, very important. In fact, I think that should be the first thing you guys start to purchase when you go out into the world of buying things that you're going to need for your makeup, specifically for your makeup kit tools. I feel like those are the least intimidating, and you can have it at any price range from high end to low end. I talked about my love for my brushes, whether they're expensive, like the Sigma. The Sigma ones they're not super expensive in my opinion. They're a little bit pricier because a lot of the Sigma brushes also come with insurance. So I think that these are great, but I still love my Real Techniques brushes and my e.l.f. brushes. So when it comes to purchasing your brushes, I want you guys to get into the habit of feeling them. You want to take the time to feel the density. The fluffier the brush, the softer the blend. The more dense the brush, the more concentrated, more isolated that blend is going to be. And it's face brushes and eye brushes as well. So I'll show you some more dense brushes. This is a Jessup eyeshadow concealer. It's called the eyeshadow concealer brush, but you can use this to cut your crease with a liquid or a cream, or you can use this under the eye to hide any discoloration, or you can even use it to clean up any lips, anything like that. And then you have something like this. This is a beautiful crease brush, but you can also use it for the nose, for powder products. You can use it to set under the eye, multiple things. AOA brushes also are great, but it's difficult with AOA brushes because you have to order these online. You're not always privy to feel them. I don't think that they're sold in stores. I mean, some might have them, but the thing with AOA brushes, you don't really lose a lot of investment because these things are very cheap. These are not expensive at all, just like the Jessup brushes. Jessup brushes are sold in sets and they're very affordable. And let's be real about it, Jessup brushes makes Morphe brushes. They're the same manufacturer. Sometimes it's just a slightly different design to throw off the buyer. But Jessup brushes are sold in a box of like 6 to 8 pieces. You can buy them in sets if you want to save money. Here's the thing about buying in sets. You want to make sure that you have an even balance of face brushes and eye brushes. And with most kits, you're buying the big brushes. And for beginners, when you're not quite sure what brushes to buy or what brushes to reach for, and you get the bigger ones, it's very easy to make a mistake. So I would tend to say steer away from kits that prioritize the bigger brushes in the beginning of your makeup journey, because you can use smaller brushes for anything. And smaller brushes tend to fit the hard to reach places. And you can have way more control by isolating the area in which you want to blend or place product. The bigger brushes, they tend to confuse a lot of you. So if you're going to buy a brush set, really look at the brushes that range smaller. Like I love this. This is an e.l.f. brush, and it's a flawless concealer brush. You can use this for foundation. It's dense, so it really compacts product. So you can like blend it out or you can isolate it. I really love how dense this is, but it still has a little movement at the top so you can blow things out. This one also, this one is the BK A506. This is the viral one. Lots of people use it for under the eye. I understand why it's great for that, but you can also use it for carving out a contour or bronze. So just you see how like I'm able to control exactly where I want to place the product. So that's my recommendations for brushes. Get in the habit of feeling them. Get in the habit of making smaller choices when you are purchasing brushes instead of the big ones. Not to say that you shouldn't have at least 1 or 2 powder brushes just to set the face or to dust away any powder. But you just want to make sure that you're not buying like 6 fat big brushes and 6 face brushes or eyeshadow brushes. It's really easy to make a mistake there. Tools, beauty sponges. I personally believe that your beauty sponge should not bounce back to you. So if you are buying the more inexpensive ones, the cheaper ones, and you don't have the minimal amount of pressure, the sponge doesn't bounce back to you, it's not going to be a good sponge because it's not going to be porous. It's not going to have the ability to absorb water enough so that when you use it to blend out product, it doesn't absorb the product, eating the product, making it patchy and you having to reapply. I'm seeing beauty sponges that have no porousness into it. So when the water gets absorbed into it, there's nothing else. There's nothing else for the product to do. Those things are horrible. I like the ones by AOA, AOA Studio. There's a pack of 6, and I think it's like less than $10. You can get them here on TikTok Shop. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on shopmissa.com. You literally can get them anywhere. And those are ones where I personally like to cut them in half. So it's a one-time use thing. I'll keep the half that I have in my kit, or if I'm going out for touch-ups later, and then throw it away at the end of the day. So there's that. Also powder puffs. These are expensive. These are an investment, but you can wash them like I do all the time. These are from Artist Kit Company. This is a pro brand. You do not have to invest in these if you do not want to. You can buy a pack of 60 to 100 on Amazon or Shein and use them one time, throw them out when you're done at the end of the day. I also have the ones from One Size here. These aren't as these are a little bit more stiff. So these are more for applying powder. I wouldn't say these are good for touching up. This has a little bit more of like a softer bounce to them. And again, because they have like this point at the end, you can really get in there and isolate certain areas. This one is like if you're, I love this. Like, don't get me wrong. I use these all the time and I can reuse these, but I would not suggest that you use these products, use this particular one as a touch up for later. It's going to be this one. All right. So tools, your brushes, your disposables, your wand disposables. I did not bring those. I talk about disposables in the video. I think that you should have these. I think that you should have these because of the products that I'm going to mention later that are going to be multi-use. Multi-use products are going to save you money. They're going to save you money because there's this misconception that products today are very expensive. That is not true. That's not true. What's happening is consumerism and marketing in a nutshell. People are marketing products to you guys to buy because they want to make money. but there's not this idea of a new makeup user in mind when it comes to what you should have. It's always like, buy this, buy this, buy that. You need it, you need it, you need it. That's not always the case. I want you guys to be really intentional when you're shopping for your things. You want to look at a product and think to yourself, okay, I'm still new to makeup. I'm not 100% confident in what I'm doing. Is this product something that I can use more than one way to train me how to use other products later? Because that's what's going to help you be more of a conscious shopper when you're growing in your makeup journey. You want to be able to later go off into the world once you've been practicing your makeup for a while and say, okay, I'm confident in this one product that I'm using for eyeliner, my brows, my lip liner, my eyeshadow, whatever. I want to try something else in the same formula or in a different format. And now you have the tools that you need to make that decision once you've gotten a little bit more comfortable with what you're purchasing. I hope I'm making sense. So yes, disposables like mascara wands, lip wands. I recommend these. Not a lot of people do anymore. A retractable lip pencil, a retractable lip brush. Now, I don't have mine, but I find that the reason why a lot of you guys don't like to wear lipsticks or liquid lip products is because you can't get the line right. I've been getting a lot of those comments. I think what you guys need to do is when you have like a lipstick or a very opaque lip product, invest in a retractable lip pencil or lip brush. They cost like nothing now. You want to make sure that you're cleaning it after every use, but to get that really sharp line, let me act like I'm a professional up in here. I'll use, I'll use my color case just as an example. You do not have to do it this way. But like when you have a lip product and you're like touching up throughout the day and you're just going in with the bullet, it's really difficult to get that line that you want. And if you take a lip brush like this, you'll have more control over how much product you're applying and exactly where it goes. And the good thing about retractable pen lip brushes like this, there's like a cap and you can save extra product at the top of it and to protect the bristles. Hold on. Hands on. But these are mine. Don't judge me. Ooh, this is gonna be pretty. But you see how much control I have? And when you line your lips, you can just tighten your lips by smiling. And that's what's gonna give you that clean line. This is the palette, a multi-use product. Yeah. So having a retractable lip brush is something that I recommend for everybody. But you see how easy that was? That line is a lot more precise, and it's gonna be a synthetic brush. So it's gonna be less likely to get germs because synthetic bristles are hypoallergenic, and also they're not porous, so they don't hold on to bacteria as much as a traditional fibrous brush like this. Excuse me. What brand for the lip brush? Literally anything. MAC makes one. You just want to make sure it's retractable, because if it's not retractable, it's not going to be, you're not going to get that cap at the top of it, so you can protect it, and the brush will go down into the barrel and protect itself, leaving the bristles intact. So just a retractable brush, lip brush. You literally can get those anywhere. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so we went through tools. Oh, I talked about this before. You guys gotta ignore that. Hush. But you guys have got to get palettes. Got to get spatulas. It's gonna save you product. You're gonna use a lot less product. You're gonna make a lot less of a mess if you use a palette and one of these. You don't have one of these, that's fine. Usually, sometimes I forget to pack mine. I'll use the butt of a brush and I'll dig product out and I'll just mix right here. Just make sure that you're cleaning this off and you're not making a mess on your clothes or your hands or whatever. But you guys need, trust me. They're super cheap. Shein sells them. Amazon sells them. They sell them in sets, the palettes and the spatulas. You need them, you need them, you need them. Okay? Ooh. Now, I talked about this briefly in a previous video. If you're gonna do lashes, long stem angled are gonna be your best friend. Why? Because your hand is further away. You can have more control because the band is really in the base of this. Let's see, did I bring lashes with me? Yes, I did. If you wanna work on your lash game, this is gonna make applying lashes a lot easier for you. And you see how I'm able to hold the lash a lot more firm with the stem of it being this long. Traditional ones, you only can do it like this. You have no control over that band. You have no control, the slightest move, and it goes flying and then you're panicking. But with this one, you can really get a nice hold on the base of the lash itself. You do not have to spend a lot of money on lashes. Don't, in fact. Do not spend a lot of money on lashes. Shein is seriously becoming my favorite place to get lashes. I can get a pack of 6 for $3. See, now I need to know how to work around the long lashes and how to close the inner corner. Okay, since you asked, a lot of people don't do this. Now, I already cut these because I've already worn these. But tariffs. Then go to Shop Miss A. Same thing. Even Amazon still sells a cheap bushel of lashes. I think the store is called Poop Lunch. Poop Lunch. I don't know. But that's the store on Amazon where I get my brushes, where I get my lashes. Hey, Crystal. Tariffs were paused. Okay. Thank you. The glue, this is also from AOA Studio, aka Shop Miss A, where I get some of my brushes and the sponges I was talking about. You have to custom your lashes. Lashes are not a one-size-fit-all. Not a one-size-fit-all thing at all, okay? You have to trim them. See, my bottom lash, like my eye, it droops down. I don't like when my lashes lay like that because what happens is I look like I'm going to sleep. I look like I'm sleepy. I'm tired. So what I like to do with my lashes is kind of tick them up a little bit. Right there. It's gonna stay. I'm just gonna put glue on it. Now this is mine. So this is my personal glue. I would never advise you to do this for a client. Always put it on a palette. Thank you so much for answering. I've been struggling for years. Yes, you have to trim your lashes. Get some scissors that you don't care about and always start with at least 2 bundles. I always say start with 2 bundles in the back. And if that's enough, stop. And if it's not, 1 more. But you always cut in the back. The back, not the front. Tips for working around lash extensions. Oh, that's a pro question. Are you a pro? Or do you have lash extensions? If you have lash extensions and you're trying to do your eye makeup, just take your finger and push down. You won't have to work a little extra harder. This is for my girls who know nothing about makeup at all. This is not really for makeup artists. I haven't touched that class yet. We haven't broached that. But this one is for anyone who has absolutely no idea how to do their makeup and you're going back to the office. You want to know how to do your makeup for work, special events, whatever. The glue is only $2. Yes, it is. So you're going to grab your mirror like this, and you're going to put it underneath your chin, and you're going to look down. And you see again how I'm holding. You're going to place it in the center, a little wiggle, release. Then you're going to take the front and place it where you want it. Oop. There we go. Place it in the, leave it alone. Okay. Now, if I were to leave it down like that, I would hate that. So I'm going to leave it up just a little bit to give me that more of a wake look. I could hide it a little bit better if there was liner there, but for the sake of this, we're going to omit that. Yeah. I would put a little bit of liner there just to hide it. But you see how the way I placed it, it gives me a little bit more of cat eye, more awake. So when that happens, I'm just gonna pinch and roll so it looks more like it's coming out of my eye. There we go. Don't you have a cat? No, I have a dog. I have a dog. Anyway, all right. So quick little lash lesson. This is not a pro class, babe. This is for people who are just learning makeup. So if you want to hold off these questions to the end, we're going to do a Q&A at the end. I'm just going to keep this one lash on. I know it looks silly, but it's fine. Okay, so we have our tools. Brushes. When it comes to your brushes, I will say, you want to make sure if you're doing your makeup consistently, and when I say consistently, it's like if you're going to work Monday through Friday, you have a 9 to 5, you need to have 2 sets of brushes. And so basically doubles. So if you have a brush set of a go-to brush set of 12, you need to have another set of 12, because when you get home from work, you're going to be cleaning those brushes. Do not do your makeup with dirty brushes. Under no circumstances is it advised for you to go to work on Monday, come home, and then take those same dirty brushes and put them to your face Tuesday. No, you're going to have another set of brushes just in case, because life get in the way. Use those brushes on Tuesday. You get home Tuesday, wash them. You don't have to use soap and water. You can do a spot clean. Get a brush cleaner. My favorite is Perrine Spirit. There's so many brands that make brush cleaners, honestly. If you want to do soap and water, baby shampoo is great. Something gentle. I would say if you're going to use Dawn, you're going to need an oil, because Dawn is very, very strong and it's going to break the bristles down. You have to break the bristles down and you're going to lose your brushes a lot quicker. So make it a point to, if you're going to invest in brushes, make sure you have at least 2 or 3 of the same brush that you're going to use religiously. Okay? Clean them. Clean them every single time after you use them. Clean them. And 12 brushes takes you all of 15 minutes to clean. If that. Maybe 10. Maybe 10. My brushes are dry now. I'm happy for you. I love that. Your sponges too. If you're going to reuse them, clean them. Do not use dirty sponges. You're going to contaminate your product. which is going to cause you to break out, which is going to cause you to work harder to cover your breakouts and your acne scarring. Wash your brushes, wash your sponges, wash your powder puffs if you're going to use them over again. If you're not going to reuse these, throw them out. That's fine. Grab something else. My teacher says, trust me, shampoo for the silicones. It washes the brushes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's fine. For the synthetic, not silicone, but the synthetic brushes. Absolutely. All right. Alcohol. Get you a bottle from the dollar store, spray bottle, and get you some 70 proof alcohol. Not 90, not 100. Should you wash brand new brushes? Yes. Brand new brushes count. Those things are treated with a film that keeps them protected and keeps them pristine, but they're still dirty. You do not want those silicones. You do not want those, what do you call them? I can't think of the word right now. Fillers. You don't want that onto your skin. Wash brand new brushes. Wash them. Deep wash them. But yeah, invest in a brush cleaner. Cinema Secrets, if you like that one, cool. Silicas, thank you. Sealants. Yeah, those are on the brushes, the bristles. You don't want that on your face. I promise you, you don't. And it's like brand new brushes don't even blend right when you get them the first time. It's gonna be patchy. It's gonna be like streaky. Wash them. Just clean them. Trust me on this. Where was I? We talked about the tools. We talked about cleaning. Okay. We talked about lashes. If you want to do lashes, yes. Love you, sis. I was talking about this late last night. Thank you. If you want to practice your lash skills, cheap lashes, do not buy the $20 ones, the $15 ones, the $10 ones. Don't do that. Are scented brush cleaners safe? Yes. If you're sensitive to scents, don't buy them. Goat milk brushes, solid brush cleaners are my favorite personally, but no, not a gimmick. Oh, the 70 proof alcohol. Thank you. You need to get a spray bottle and you need 70 proof alcohol. Not 90, not 100, not 50, 70. 70 proof alcohol. That has just enough water in it to stay at the surface long enough to disinfect. 90 does not have enough water. So that means as soon as the air hits it, it evaporates, not giving it time to work and disinfect and killing any germs. 70 proof. Now, when it comes to creams, you do not have to use it on the cream if you do not want to, because it's not really going to, germs are at the surface, so you can just scrape them with a spatula here. Damn, this thing is hard to open. Never mind. But something like the curve case here, you can just scrape the products. That's why I love using my spatulas so much, my palette so much, because I can control how much I use, and it really does help with germs in the end. As soon as I get as much product as I need, I close this and I move on. When it comes to powder products like eyeshadows and face powders, you're going to want to disinfect these. Sometimes we use our fingers to apply these really shimmery shadows, and we're not always the best with washing our hands or sanitizing, so you want to spray powder products specifically. Always spray these down over time just to keep them refreshed, keep them disinfected. Spray your lip brush, your lip pencils, like you want to stay on top of that just over time, just to add it to protect yourself. And if you're in an environment that's not controlled, like say your office, and there are people around coughing, not covering their mouth, sneezing, you want to be able to protect your things, protect yourself. So yes, 70 proof alcohol. All right, we got that part done. Where the hell? Alrighty. Take a little coffee break. Alrighty. So now we're getting into the types of products for your kit. When it comes to foundation, concealer, whatever works for your skin type, I suggest that you make that investment. Personally, I am a skin tint girly. I love me a skin tint. I don't like a lot of coverage. I don't like to feel like I have a full face on unless that is what I'm doing. That's what I'm going for. So typically I'll wear the Truth Tint here. This is not expensive. It's a really good formula. It has really buildable coverage. So this is like something I lean to. I also have one by Fenty that's lovely. I love the one from Urban Decay. Was another skin tint that I tried. Can't think of it right now. Danessa Myricks I hear is a really good one. But yeah, skin tints for every day, absolutely. They're less fussy. Now your concealer, you can go with, this one's my favorite because one, I love the packaging. It's very compact and it doesn't roll. I love that I can put it on a table and it don't move. These are annoying. I love them, but you put it down, you gotta watch where it's going because it will just roll off the table. Or you can use this. This could be your foundation, your highlight, your contour, your bronzer, your blush, your highlight. You can customize your color pretty seamlessly with this. So this is really good for on the go. Again, a multi-use product you can use for your full face, for your everyday face. Typically I'd use this and this together. But that's just me. Because I like to underpaint. If you're an underpainter like me, this is like dream team duo right here. Yeah. Okay, so again, make sure when you are purchasing products for your face, like your foundation, like your concealer, your bronzer, you wanna make sure that it is for your skin type specifically. And what exactly look you're trying to achieve. I like to use cream products or liquid products and then set those same products with matching powders. Not everybody likes to do that. Some people just like, okay, one loose powder, one pressed powder, I'm done. That's not my lifestyle. Is it yours? Cool. My suggestion for you is to get a loose powder because you're gonna need one, but make it colorless, not translucent. Make sure there's no color to it because the slightest bit of mica can really derail the entire finish of your look. With no color, it can go over your highlight, it can go over your bronzer, it can go over your blush and it not look muddy. Now this is a translucent loose powder. I would not set my entire face with this. I wouldn't, because this could very well distort my bronzer. It could distort my blush. But, and I don't want that. That's why I say, like, if you're going for a more controlled, less fussy kit, like you don't want to like, no margin of error. I would go for a no color loose powder. And you want a skin tone foundation powder, AKA a pressed powder, to reinforce everything, to set everything in place and to give you that airbrush finish. And that could be all you do if that is what you want. Me personally, I need a powder bronzer, I need a face powder, and I need a powder blush to reinforce my blush. So if you're using cream products, you're gonna wanna set them with powder. You have to. You have to. It's not one of those things where, oh, I could just use a setting spray and on liquids. No, you cannot do that. Because this is a liquid. Liquid on liquid is gonna just make everything run. But when you set it with a powder, it makes it stay in place. Like a thin veil of powder will make that cream stay in place, and this seals it together like glue. What is a no color powder? Exactly what I said. There's no color to it. Translucent powders have mica in them. It's usually the first ingredient. So you know how one size has different colors of powders. Let me Let me grab them really quick here so I know you understand what I'm saying. Ooh. Where'd they go? Oh, I left them downstairs. Crap. I'm not getting up. But one size makes different color powders for different skin tones. You have rich peach, you have marigold, you have the pink, the ultra pink. So there's color to this. A no color powder literally means there's nothing, it's invisible. There's no color to it. Now, not a lot of brands sell it. RCMA is my favorite, but there's Dermalogica, not Dermalogica, my God, Dermablend. Dermablend sells one, and I think Kimchi also sells one that's no color. I don't quote me on that one, but my favorite one is the RCMA. It's really inexpensive. It comes in a huge bottle. It'll last you forever. Underpainting. I'll get to that in a second. Remind me of your question when we get to the end. But yeah, the pressed powder is going to be something close to is going to be your skin tone to reinforce everything. So when I put down my foundation and I want it to not move, the loose powder is going to act as the veil to give that airbrush finish and to act as an extra level of security, just in case. Let's say my foundation color was a little bit off. This is your next line of defense. This is going to save you in the end. Like, oh my God, my foundation is a little too yellow and your powder has a little bit of warmth to it. You can put that on top and it's going to give you that extra kiss to your skin to give it more of like that airbrush, flawless look to your skin. But you want to make sure that your pressed powder, you're setting it with a fluffy, movable brush. You want to set it just enough so that when you go to spray, it melts into your skin. Ooh, hello. Color powder like the peach one size. Yes. One size makes colored powders that they have mica in them. They have mica. I know I look insane with one lash on. I can't. I'm sorry. Woo. That was a bit much. Sorry. Whoo, it's cold in here. Oh my God. Is the heater on? Oh my God. This space is so new to me. Is this on? Yes, it is. Good Lord. Oh. All right. So yes. So when you're setting your face with powders, you have to use both. It's not like, oh, I like loose powder. Oh, I like press. It's not that. You need both of them. The loose powder is the veil. It sets everything in place. And the pressed powder reinforces everything. It allows you an opportunity to correct any mistakes, but it also gives you that airbrush finish. How do you find your perfect shade? Did we talk about that last week? No. We did not. That's going to be next week, but I'm going to help you. No, I did talk about how to find your shade. We did. It was in the ChatGPT lesson. It's in the syllabus. Please read the syllabus. The video is uploaded on YouTube. The link is in the bio. I missed last week. I didn't upload that video yet. I didn't upload that video yet. It will be uploaded when this class is over. That's my fault. It was a Super Bowl. My bad. The syllabus is also in the link in the bio at the very top of the Penn site. It'll say makeup syllabus. It'll say makeup syllabus. Okay. All right. If the link isn't working, please somebody send it to them or let me know. Found the color finder in Android, but the swatches is too tiny. Damn, I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to find a workaround, babe. We're in this together. Which goes first? Loose, always first. Okay, so there's this kind of like back and forth on what goes first. Is it loose or is it pressed? Professional opinion. Professional. The loose goes first because that acts as the veil. If you use the pressed powder first with the wrong concealer, it could oxidize and it could make a nice little patch under here. And it could change the hue, the color of your entire under eye or your face. So that's why I say use the loose powder first to seal everything in place and then go back in with the powder. Okay, fella. Favorite pressed powder. I don't really discriminate. To me, a pressed powder, like the Maybelline Fit Me's are fantastic. I love the one size ones. I love the Fenty ones. If I could find, did I take my Fenty one out of here? Oh, I might have. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is. I don't discriminate. That's gonna be a trial and error thing. You're gonna go out in the world and swatch. What I would suggest when it comes to face powders, have one for your highlight if you want. Under the eye, you have one for highlight, like I do. And I have one for my face, which is by one size. But yeah. You use either or. You can get two different colors from the same brand. It doesn't really matter. Sephora Collection is a finishing powder, not the same as a setting powder. Love them. They're in my kit. I don't use them for myself personally because some of those finishing powders have a little bit of like a shimmer to them, and that's not for me. That's not for me. Powders are for oily and dry. I have a very dry skin. You can be oily, you can be dry and still use powder, but you just have to remember to hydrate your skin properly. We talked about skin prep in week 1. If you did not read your syllabus, please read your syllabus. The link is in the bio. How do you distinguish a setting and a finishing? Setting powders set into place and they are typically loose. Loose powders are setting powders. Finishing powders is just that, to finish the makeup, to redefine the look. So I use foundation powders as finishing powders to really set products in place, to dust away any cake or baking powder that I may leave. In some cases, not all, but in some cases, finishing powder is a gimmick. The way that they sell them, because you can use a foundation powder as a finishing powder. Finishing powders, some of them can be baked, which gives a more lighter, more glowier finish, depending on the brand, like MAC or Kosas. You can use a face powder as a finishing powder. Oh, so it's a cleanup powder. It can be, yes. It can be. You can use your finishing powder to clean up, to color correct. Whatever you need it for, you can use it for that. So finishing is not necessary. I didn't say that. That is a personal preference. Whatever finish that you want, whatever look that you want, what I'm saying is buying something that is sold as a finishing powder, typically it just depends on the brand. There are very few brands that make true finishing powders. MAC makes a finishing powder. Sephora Collection, that's a finishing powder. Kosas, that's a finishing powder. There are certain brands that will sell you this and say, oh, this is a finishing powder, and this is a foundation powder. But I'm like, you can use it as a finishing. I hope I'm making sense. The way things are sold and marketed today, they confuse people. You can use a foundation powder as a finishing powder. You can use a finishing powder as a foundation powder. Whatever you want to use it for, just choose. If you buy a dark enough foundation powder, like say if I bought this in like dark 6, that's a bronzer for me. That's a bronzer. Do I have to go out and buy something that's sold as a bronzer? No, I don't have to. Baked powder is finishing. Yes, it is. That's a finishing powder. Like this, I love this. This is my favorite bronzer, powder bronzer. It's broken. Yep, broke it. Damn it. It's my favorite. I don't care. But I could literally buy something from another brand that's darker. I'm not, because my friend made this and I love it. I love this. I'm devastated. I'm gonna have to buy another one. But my friend made these and they're beautiful and I love them. But yeah, this, if I wanted to buy just a darker powder from another brand and it's sold as a foundation powder, who cares? Who cares? I love Fenty Contour Sticks as bronzers. Yes, that you can use those. I've used them for lipsticks. I've used them for eyeshadow. This is what I'm saying. Like, there are products that you guys own, and then you think that you have to buy something else when you already have the tools to get the look that you want. It's just something different. It's just sold as something else. MAC Studio powder versus mineralized powder. I love the mineralized powders as finishing powders because technically that's what they are. Now, a lot of people, because the MAC Studio Fix powder, that is a very highly pigmented, it's a very like concentrated product. And a lot of people love that for like that full glam. But if you want something softer, you want to do the mineralized skin finish. It's all about the look that you want to do. If you want a soft glow, if you want like a soft glam, pay attention to the finishes that you're picking up. If it's highly pigmented, what is this hair on my face? If it's highly pigmented, it's more than likely going to give you that full glam effect. But if that's the look that you're going for, buy it. Buy it, please. But if you want something more soft, more subtle, go for something a little bit softer in pigmentation. When I set my chin and mouth area, it always looks cakey. Do you have any tips? You're using too much product. When things get cakey, that means you're using too much of something. You gotta dial it back. You gotta dial it back a little bit. Okay, so eyeshadow products. We haven't talked about that. I love this. If I honestly feel like if you are a beginner, this is probably where you should start. And I'm not just saying that because I get a commission. Almost every makeup artist that I know now has this in their kit because you can do so much with this. You can do your mascara. All you need is a wand. You can do your brows. All you need is a sharp brow brush that I thought I packed, and apparently I did not. I thought I packed, oh yeah, I did. Ha, 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 ha. Yes, I did. All you need is a brow. You can do this, your brows. Easy. Eyeshadow, same thing. You can use this as eyeshadow base. If you want just a really nice, clean brown color, like just a wash of color, there you go. Just set it with your powder and you're done. Your lip liner, you just watched me use this as my lip liner here, okay? This can be used for anything. Your concealer, if you want to brighten concealer for your eyes, to highlight under here, for contour, bronzer, it literally does not matter. This is something you want to, I highly suggest that you invest in one of these. Because this is a one and done. You set it with that invisible no color powder. I'm good. You're good. My under eyes always run no matter how much I bake. Nope. Stop baking. Stop baking. If your eyes are running, there's a couple things that could be happening. Your makeup could be expired and you're having a reaction. If your makeup smells like crayon, throw it away. Throw it away. A dupe for P. Louise eyeshadow base. Your concealer. Your concealer is your eyeshadow base. See, that's another part of capitalism. I'm gonna tell you, I've never bought, when I first started doing makeup like for myself, I bought it. Like, cause everybody had it. Until the makeup artist said, what's wrong with your concealer? What's wrong with your concealer? Use that. never bought an eyeshadow primer again. And here's the thing. When you're using something that's already on your face, like your concealer, because you're gonna put it under here, it blends, everything will blend together because it's already on your eye. Your foundation, you can use your foundation as your eyeshadow base. Just set it with the powder to have a clean canvas. You know what? I'll do it right now. So this is technically my highlight color. My original color for my eye is my House Labs. Like that's my baby. I did not bring it. Don't know why. Don't know why. But I'm gonna show you. Gonna cut my brow here with this. Let it set for a second because that is what's gonna give you maximum coverage and the longest staying power. So I'm gonna place that there just to start. And then I'm gonna take something from here using that same color just to like really match my skin tone as best I can. Oh, and this is the Essentials from Color Case. I think it's sold out. I'm so sorry. But if that one is the color, the Essentials. And I'm gonna mix just a little bit of my concealer and put it right on my eye. And you see it's like very close to my skin tone. And I'm just placing it, leave it alone. This is the best base that you're gonna ever have. Sometimes when I use concealer as a base, it's not smooth and it creases. You're using too much, use less. You see how little I'm using? That's why I like a palette. I use the tiniest amount and I still have some left. Use a synthetic brush because it's flat and it mimics your finger. You're probably using way too much. You just want enough to cover your lid. That's it. And then I'm gonna blend it, pressing the product into my lid. Again, using what's left of the concealer. Hold on, light is way over there, sorry. Okay. And that is my base. Now, when it comes time to set it, and I use a fluffy brush with plenty of movement, nothing too dense, you want to be able to move the product where you want it. And the good thing about this product is that it's a paint, so it sets matte. Once the air leaves the product, it's gonna be a matte finish, so you need even less product to set it with later. So you wanna make sure that there's no lines, there's no creasing. Grab your loose powder. Dust off any excess and set that until you don't see any sheen anymore. Thank you, Crystal, so much for your help, babe. I really appreciate you so much. You see that? There's your base. Do whatever you want now. You can leave it alone. you can leave it alone. If you don't want to do anything else, if you're running out the door and you're like, I need to put on some eyeshadow, but I don't have time to do a full look. This is it. I want to do a little extra. My go-to, if I have to do my eyes, if I have to do something, I'm taking my bronzer, my powder bronzer, Crystal, see, using your brush because I love it, and you. Crystal, my moderator, made these brushes. Go support her, please. These brushes are so good. And hurry before she ups the price, because she should. I'm gonna take my very fluffy brush. Which one is this? The 028. Start at the back. Where do you buy the palette you used? That one's Danessa Myricks. It was actually in my PR, but you can go right on her page and pick it up. Why are you giving her pricing ideas? I mean, she my friend. She my friend. I love you, but she's my people's. I feel like these things should be more expensive. Shit. But anyway, sorry, the makeup in the green case. Oh, this one. Oh, I think this one's $20 now, or $22. It's still worth it, because I tell you, I've purchased products like that in the past. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, you see that? I literally just used the eyeshadow base and it popped a bronzer in there. I'm done. You can do whatever you want to do past that. But if you're running late or you don't know what you want to do or you're just not quite sure, this is a great place to start. When will this video be uploaded onto YouTube? Tonight. Just like the one from last week. It's my fault. It's my fault. Nose contour, same thing. Take this brush with the bronzer on it and go right in there. Use what you already have, okay? We talked about this last week. You're gonna see it in the class. So yeah, you wanna start back here, and until the products, until the bronzer runs low, you just wanna right in there, and there you go. And again, you're using the products you are already gonna have on your skin. So this bronzer is gonna go up for here. It's gonna go up in here. So it's gonna look like already a part of my glam, okay? Another multi-use product, I talked about this in the video. These are Danessa Myricks Color Fixes. These are products you can also use for your brows. I use this one for lip liner all the time. You can, if I wanted to add a little sheen, a little something, this one, or I can put it on my lip. You can literally do whatever you want to do with these products. This is a lip. This could be a mascara. This could be an eyeshadow. This could be a blush. You can choose what you want to do with these products, but be mindful of what you're using them for so you can get the most out of them. I run out of this one a lot because I use it for smoky eye. I use it for eyeliner. I use it to darken up another lip color if I wanted to. Love this for mascara. Love this for mascara. So you just heard me say that this $20 product, I use it at least 3 to 4 different ways. And a mascara by itself, a good one, is about $12 to $15. An eyeliner, that's another $20. Another lip liner, that's a good one, that's another $10 to $15. You see what I'm doing there? I'm making the intention of purchasing a product that I think will be able to be used more than once. Even when you're using powder, I still get creasing. Is it too much cream product? It could be. You're probably using just a little too much. You need to use your finger. Use your sense of touch, you guys, to understand when you're using too much of something or not enough. You're relying on the brush firsthand and you're ignoring that this is your first and your best brush because this is connected to your brain. Your senses are gonna tell you, I don't think I put on enough moisturizer because you're not getting that tap, you're not getting that bounce. It's not feeling smooth, it's a little rough. So you're gonna add more. You can use your finger to tell, this is a little tacky. It's too much. This is very thin skin. You do not need a whole lot. Okay? brows going? You know what, dude? I don't, bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're annoying. I don't know who you are. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yes, so don't be afraid to use your hands. Just clean them. Have hand sanitizer, have baby wipes at the ready, but use your sense of touch to let you know if there's too much of something or not enough before you reach for more of that product. I don't want you guys to panic. But yeah, making the dollar stretch, making it work for you, making that product work for you. Okay? So really start paying attention to the products that you are gravitating towards and ask yourself, can I use this? If I buy this eyeshadow palette, can I use this eyeshadow palette for eyeliner? Can I also use it for my brows? Ugh, I hate when this does this. I'm so sorry. Okay, that means, there we go. Oh, I forgot I brought this. Alrighty. Can I get a time check? Somebody, please. I want to make sure that I'm running on time. Alrighty. Best way to set under eye concealer, the exact way I just set my lid. The exact same way. So thank you. We're going good. We're doing good. So yeah, how I set my lid is exactly how you want to set your under eye. The exact same way. Concealer recommendations for really dark hyperpigmentation. Wanda, you got to treat it. I say this with love. Treat your under eyes. I use eye cream in the morning. Every week I'm doing an eye patch treatment because I'm getting old. This is my last year in my 30s. You got to treat them. You don't want to rely on makeup, on cosmetics to cover everything. You want to treat it first. You want to Faded by Tropicals. Love it. It stinks, but it works. And they also have patches. It's from a scar. Oh, no. Esthetician. Go to an esthetician. You don't have to. Lots of estheticians have lasers that could be helpful. But I would say find an esthetician that is black. If they're not black, Asian of some kind, Korean preferably. But yeah, find an esthetician that is black. Wait, do I have this right? Set with pressed and finish with loose? No, other way around, babe. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I mean because I feel like I'm losing some of you with this one. Heavy on black. Okay, so for those of you who have discoloration and you want to color correct, I talked about color correction in another video, but I'm going to do it again. Oops, not this one. This one here. So when you're using a color corrector, it's okay, Brittany. It's okay. Just walk with me here. I love these things, but damn it, do they suck to open, especially if you have nails. God damn. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one. This is technically a blush, but it does not matter. It does not matter. You can still use it as a color corrector. But when you are using a color corrector, where is here we go. You want to introduce it to your concealer. You do not want, unless it's a black eye, unless it's an unsightly scar, you do not want to put this directly onto your skin. I see so many people taking orange color corrector and just going to town. No, you do not want to do that right off the bat. Okay? Take a little bit and introduce it to your concealer. I'm just gonna put this in the back of my hand because I don't. So I'm gonna take the color corrector and mix it in a little bit with my concealer. And I'm using my finger. And you see what happens? you are color correcting by using your concealer at the same time. You want to go slowly at first, and then if you need more coverage, you can go in with your color correct. You can go back in with your concealer. See the difference there? Just going really slow. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to be cakey, because what happens is when people do this, when you go straight in with the products like that, what happens is that you can distort the color later because it's so much product. You want to blend it out first. If you're in New York, if it's a color corrector primer, would this work? Color correcting primers can work for things like rosacea. It can calm down color. It can calm down those things, but I wouldn't recommend them because they're not highly pigmented. They're diluted pigments. It can work. In my experience, it's not the best. It's not the way to go. This one is foolproof. If you're mixing your color corrector with your full coverage concealer, your color corrector is working with the coverage, not against it. Okay? So yeah. You see what's happening when I do it like this? I'm like, you see how much the color is like distorted because there's so much product there. And you're like, oh, it's peach. It's like you have like a peach under eye. You don't want that. You see how this is looking like it's a part of me, even though I did a slight color correct. It's not exactly. Yeah, it's like you have like my discoloration peeking through. It's almost like purple. You don't want that. But right here, you do not see the discoloration. It's covered. It's done. But you see right here, I'm like fighting the color corrector. You don't want to do that. What I would do, Wanda, is go right on into the search bar, Black Estheticians Atlanta. There is an amazing esthetician. I follow him. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. He's great. He might be hard to get, but he's on this app. Just put it in the search bar. Atlanta Esthetician. Oh crap, what's his name? He has his own skincare line too. Oh, people fly from all over the country to see him. You're right, I see the difference. Yeah, you don't want to fight your color corrector. You want it to work with you. And the best way to do it is to introduce it slowly to your full coverage concealers or to your full coverage foundations. And you see how I'm not going in with the wand? Because that's another thing I see a lot of people do. They'll go in with the wand, and over time you're introducing that color corrector to this, and it's going to distort the color. And I'm having to use extra product to cover up that peachy color that I used before. See, yeah, you end up using way more product than you need when you go in straight with a color corrector instead of like slowly introducing it to what you already have. Would you use the color case corrector with your foundation? The color one, yeah, you can. You just, again, it is really pigmented. Take your time, scrape a little bit off as you go. Doesn't matter if it's matte or hydrating. If you do your skin prep accordingly, you shouldn't have a problem. Because I'm dry, this stuff dries matte. I gotta be real careful with this because it doesn't take much to end up with cake batter. Because I'm introducing a mattifying product with a liquid, is a recipe for disaster. So if I am paying attention to how much product I'm using, if I'm just going really slowly, that's why I say use your fingers, because it'll tell you, ooh girl, this is too much. You're making pancake batter on the back of your hand. You're making a concoction on this palette, and it's not going to translate well in your skin. Recommendations for hiding skincare for sensitive skin. That is in the syllabus. Oh, and it also, if you guys have not purchased the shopping list, I suggest you do that. It's $17. It helps me. The link is in the syllabus. It's on the very last page of the syllabus. Every week, if you already have the original, if you already purchased it, every week that list gets updated. Every week with products that I recommend, with whether it's tools, cosmetics, skincare, that list gets updated. Well worth it. Thank you. So again, it's listed in the syllabus. The syllabus is free, just like this course is free. But if you guys want to support me, I really, really, really appreciate it. You can either donate to my GoFundMe, or you can purchase this shopping list, which has, like I said, all of the supplies. And every week it gets updated. There are books, there are articles, all of those things are included. I'm going to show you how I would set this next. Exactly how I set my lid. Exactly how. Nothing different at all, except for the product, except the tool. I'm going to use a powder puff. Now, I typically prefer this over a brush, but if I don't have this, I'm going to go for the fluffiest brush that I possibly have in this collection. I'm going to press the powder into the powder puff. You do not want to go straight in, because if you go straight in, that is how you get demarcation, and that is how you get cake, because you're using a lot of product in one spot and it's going to cling to whatever is there, which is another reason why you watched me wait a little bit before I actually put down any product. You don't want to go in when it's wet right off the bat, because that's another reason why a lot of you guys get cake. So take this, look up, and press in. See? Always look up and move the powder puff gently up as to not get any lines. You don't want to set any harsh lines. Okay? See that? Okay. Now, again, say, oh crap, I don't have my powder puff. What am I doing? You can grab this. Just make sure that there are no lines. Look up. Press out any creasing. Look up. There you go. Oh, go to bed. Good night. I understand. Night night. Thank you so much for joining me. The class will be uploaded onto YouTube later. Yeah. Now, you see how that is the veil. It acts as it just sets everything in place. That's all it's doing here. Now, to reinforce that, I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna show you what it looks like with my brightening powder, which is also a foundation powder, and what would happen if I used something closer to my skin tone. So this is when the freedom to choose whatever you wanna do. You can choose this, or you can make it bright by using this. Doesn't matter. And what brush am I gonna use? I'm gonna use this one. Could you use a colorless powder? Absolutely. If I had it, I would have used that. So you want to use a brush with this, not so much a powder puff, because this is already pressed. You want some movement. There we go. Okay. That's just like the brighter one. If I decided, okay, not really in the mood for that, I want something a little, oops, not this one. I want something, you know, more me. This one's more of my tone. You see how more bright this side is? See? A little bit more brighter, more of my tone. Not too much, but just enough. These are when you guys make the decisions on what you want to achieve. Concealer or foundation first. I'm an underpainter. I'm doing concealer first. I'm doing my bronzer, contour, my blush, and then I'm putting foundation on top of that. Again, that's personal preference. Do what you want to do. Do whatever you want to do that feels good to you. Okay? Yeah. So, your homework assignment this week, you guys, is to build your own makeup kit. You have a budget of $200. You have a budget of $200. That does not include your tools. So your brushes, your sponges, your disposables, doesn't include that. Does not include that. This is just a homework assignment. I'm not saying you have to go out here and spend $200 a night. Calm down. Calm down. $200 the closest. Oh my God, you made this a challenge. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And if you listen to everything I said, I know you said 200. If you listen to everything that I said, you should be able to meet that goal. Your kit, the actual bag, your kit, that doesn't count either. I was thinking about coins. No, you do not have to spend your money. We're having a challenge, and the winner gets a special prize from me to be announced next class. $200 is your limit. Let me tell you something. A reasonable amount to spend on brushes then. What's a reasonable amount of, depending on, if I was starting out, if it was me, and I was budget, and I wanted to buy maybe 20 brushes, I'm spending maybe $30, $35, $40, max, because brushes now are so much better quality, the inexpensive ones versus when I was starting. The inexpensive brushes of yesteryear was Crown. And them things, as much as I love Crown brushes, them things maybe will last you a bridal season. Morphe brushes weren't always good either, but they lasted you for about the time that you need them. But now, the quality of those brushes has increased. The price has also increased. So Morphe brushes aren't as cheap as they used to be, but they're still good quality and they're still reasonably priced. However, AOAs, there should be no reason why y'all can't go to AOA and get you 20 of these for about $20. Jessup brushes as well. They're a pack. They're like a decent set from Jessup shouldn't cost you more than $20. Sephora brushes, love them. Absolutely. The 47, my bad. The 47 is my favorite. I have like 4 of those. Those are reasonably priced. I think that one is like $20 a pop, like $20, maybe a little bit more with inflation, but it's in my opinion, Sephora brushes definitely worth it. I'm not spending $45, $55 on one brush unless I have my pro discount. We're talking about my pro discount? Yeah. And Crystal, you be quiet. Your brushes are your brushes are also reasonably priced. Hold on. Crystal, like this. I don't have the other one that I love so much. It's probably at home dirty. But this one, this is the K12. This for under eye. If you want a snatched nose, the way, the angle, right in there. Getting right in here. Oh, okay. I don't have all the Sephora brushes for that reason. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. But I don't have all the Sephora brushes because some of them are great, and the ones that are great are great. The ones that are bad. How are we submitting our homework? You will be given, it'll be on the updated syllabus, so you should have access to it. There'll be a link. You'll be submitting your homework in a Google form. Your name will be there, a list of all the products, and your receipt. So I want you to like calculate everything, have your number at the bottom. The person that gets the closest to the goal, the $200, like you can go a little bit over, if you under, even better, but the closest person to $200 is going to get a special gift from me that I will be putting in the mail, some goodies. Also, we will be going live together next week and doing makeup with each other. Is it too late to join? No. No, it's not too late to join. Price is right style. Thank you. Thank you. Which ones are the best at Sephora? The 50, the 47, the 40, the 57 are the only ones I really like. If we already have stuff, yes. No. If we already have stuff, should we put it into the price? Yes, you should. 80 is good too. It's all right. It's all right. But 47 is my jam. I haven't found anybody that makes a good anything dupable to the 47. So it's like 56. Oh yeah, the 56. Yes. The 50, the 56, the 47. I forgot about the 56. 80 is all right. If you already have the thing, if you already have the price, if you already have the product, you can include it. But the price still needs to be, you still need to have your receipt at the bottom. If you want to go out here and buy these things, you can. Who am I to tell you no? But the point of this is to show you guys, to train you guys that what you have already at your disposal, you can use it more than one way to do a full look. You just watched me use a blush. It's technically sold as a blush, as a color corrector. You do not need to go out here and buy a bunch of stuff. I swear you don't. Makeup doesn't have to be expensive. You can invest where it makes sense. This, I think, is like $60. If you have a coupon on the TikTok shop, it's less. But I can use this for blush, color corrector, for a lip. I also use this as lipstick. Your highlights, your bronzer, your contour. Like this. Can you just in your head picture how much all of this would cost if you bought everything separately versus the one thing I'm holding in my hand? Same thing with the Desamyrix Color Fixes. Same thing. This is a $20 product. I can use it at least 4 ways. And that 4 ways, that $20, this one $20 product just saved me at least $50 in needing other things. So when you know how to use the product in multiple ways, and you're comfortable with that, it can you can feel the freedom to try something else later. It's okay. It's okay, girl. I'm recording it. It's fine. It's fine. Like if I have my underpainting, but then there's times I'm like, okay, I want to try something new. So I experiment with some different products that aren't super expensive that I end up falling in love with. You know? You can splurge on certain things that you love, like lip glosses or brushes. I buy so many brushes. I don't have a lot of makeup, but I have a ton of brushes. So yeah, you can find products where you don't have to spend a lot of money, and then it leaves you room to buy the things that you like. All right. I'll be right back. Potty break. I'm gonna be right back. BRB. Sorry. Okay. All right, we're almost done with class. Anybody have any more questions for me? Anybody have any extra questions before we wrap? Don't forget to take a break. Started with Nick stuff. Yeah, I started with Nick stuff too. Pro questions now. Oh yeah, okay. Any pros in the house? Best way to retouch during the day. That's a good question. Okay, this. Make sure you have your powder puff. Make sure you have your sponge. Have a compact mirror and touch. That's how you're gonna touch up throughout the day. Oh, is your magic? No. The triangle powder puffs. How to clean. Okay. So my mom, when I moved out, made me some lingerie bags. I put them in there and I wash them by themselves every week. That's how I clean them. I know that what you meant. You can also, like, these are more expensive. I think, yeah, two of these was like $25, but this is the pro one, so I wash these. There you go. How to discover your signature look. Practice. Practice. Study. You have to figure out what kind of makeup you like, what kind of makeup you love. Not the makeup that you love seeing other people do and you want to do what they do. I used to do that all the time. I still do. I still catch myself every once in a while like, oh man, I really, 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 really wish I could do makeup like my friend Tia. But then I look at that makeup and I'm like, I would hate doing that on someone else's face. I could love looking at it. I could love and appreciate the artistry of her work and still have love for the soft glams that I do. You wash them. I have a ton of them. I give them to clients. Yeah, give them to clients. Like, this is mine. I'm talking about mine, Amanda. I'm talking about for those of you who are not pros and want to do your makeup regularly and you need the tools. This one is, these are mine. I give them to clients, the ones that I get in a pack of 80 from Shein. They keep those. But this was a $25 powder puff. This is mine. What about people who look like the no makeup look, but still look put together? Yeah. figure out the makeup that you want. Like, practice, go back to YouTube. There are so many amazing makeup artists on YouTube, not that do the influencer glam. I'm talking pros. I'm talking professionals that are out here that do makeup on other people for a living. Those that makeup artistry on YouTube, every time you look at their work, there's a different girl in the chair. That is who you need to be looking at. 25, yeah, girl, I'm watching that thing. Thank you. How to stop mascara from touching eyeshadow? Use your finger. Ooh, I love this question. Oh my God, I wish I brought it. I don't know why I did not bring my wand. Okay, so say this is my my spoolie for my mascara. I'm taking my pinky. I am going this way and I am pushing the product up like this. So I can get as much mascara on my finger and it doesn't touch my eye. So use your pinky, baby. Just protect your eye, push up like that. Push, like literally take the brush, and once it hits your finger, you know it's in there. You know it's getting in there. Will your finger not ruin your eyeshadow? It won't, because you're literally just pressing it. You're keeping it in place. You're not moving it around. You're literally just holding it steady, and then you're gonna release. That's it. And even if it does, let's say it does mess something up, you got your product right there. You can go back in a little bit. You're fine. Pros versus influencer makeup. Pro, always pro. If I'm watching influencers on YouTube or TikTok, I'm looking for makeup, like product suggestions. I'm looking for the hot new fire. I'm looking for the latest and greatest. I'm not coming to an influencer for a tip. I'm not me. Not me. There's a tool for that. It's weird. I got it from Temu. Yeah, but your finger's fine. And I like my finger better because I can feel the products going into my eyelashes. You can't, with that plastic thing, it's awkward. Your finger's fine. Setting spray and finishing spray, which one is first? Setting, finishing. Now, that's at the end. That is at the end. For me, if I want my makeup to last like the longest possible, I'm spraying in between. I'm literally taking my setting spray and I'm going, my base is done. Like let's say I'm underpainting. My concealer's on here, my bronzer's on here, I'm spraying. I'm putting my blush on, I'm spraying again. Then I'm coming in with the final layer, which is my foundation. I'm spraying again. Then I'm putting all the powders on. My blush powder, my bronzer, my highlight, my finishing powder. I'm spraying again. And then at the end, then I'm adding a little finishing because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want like a little bit of like a glow to my skin. So that's why. Do you recommend spraying brushes with the setting spray? No, I saw that crap. I'm only doing that is like if I've messed up, I've made a mistake and I need to rehydrate an area. But spraying the brush, why would I want a wet brush like amplifying texture? Like not a setting spray, a finishing spray, yes. Finishing spray is like my own finishing spray for my brand, Oh My Glow. There will be times where I'm using a fluffy brush, I'm spraying that because there's glycerin in that, and then I'm isolating it where I need it. But yeah, I like a setting spray to a brush. I'm not doing that unless like it's an emergency and I'm like, I gotta make a quick decision. Have you ever done a full face with a sponge on someone? No, not my vibe. I'm using this as an eraser, as a blending tool, and maybe powder because I love the way that this particular sponge is angled and I can really get in there. But no. I see many mature people doing that. Doing what, babe? Damp or dry beauty sponge? Always damp. A sponge is useless if it's not wet. When it comes to cleaning your home, you need to wet it first. Yeah, beauty sponges always need to be wet. Otherwise, it's not a sponge. It's a bouncing ball. Spraying, setting spray to the brush. Yeah, no. What was the question? How to deal with mature skin peeling even after exfoliating? Add more hydration. So spray with water? No. Do you want your makeup to like break off? No. Setting spray, finishing spray. Thoughts on primer for combo skin? It depends on what you're trying to do here. And when it comes to primers, I'm gonna say this again, you need to really be focusing on your primers. Your skincare is your primer. Your skincare is your primer. Like, really treat your skincare. When you figure out what your skin needs, it makes putting makeup on so much easier. Because then when you learn your skin, it's like, okay, my skin is dry. I'm taking myself, for example here. My skin is very dry. It happened when I turned 30. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen to my skin when I turn 40. But I had to learn my skin all over again. And when I realized my skin needs hydration mostly here it's not that big of a deal, but mostly here. Okay, that means when it comes time for me to put on concealer, what kind of concealer can I use that won't exacerbate my dryness? Okay, I love the YSL, but it's a little thicker. It's a little thicker and it doesn't come out of the tube the way that I like all the time. What is gonna give me the maximum amount of hydration and the most coverage? I love my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. It is super hydrating. It's creamy. And I can apply that with another product that is a little bit more mattifying because it's so hydrating. You see what I'm doing there? I understand what my skin needs to work with my cosmetics, what my cosmetics need to work with my skincare. I have yours. Is that a setting spray? That is a finishing spray. Like, it says it on the bottle, Amanda. It says finishing spray. Finishing spray, setting spray, two very different things. A setting spray sets. A finishing spray makes the makeup settle into the skin, making it more skin-like. I've always been oily under the eyes, nose, and forehead. Okay, so what I want you to, Ms. W, I want you to think what your skin needs. If you're oily under the eyes, the nose, and the forehead, what is it that what are you trying to do for your skin? As far as skincare goes, you're trying to control your oil, right? So you want an oil controlling moisturizer and oil controlling cleanser, right? So then when it comes to your makeup, what are you gonna do? How can you tell what someone's undertone is? Okay, you got what I'm saying? Use your skincare to guide you on what makeup you need. If you can when you figure out what your makeup and the bridging of your skin, there's your skin, there's your skincare, and then there's your cosmetics. Finding the gap in those products is what's gonna help you have a lot more of an easier time when it comes to buying product. That's why I said in the very first class, figure out your skincare. Because when you figure out your skincare, you learn your skin. And when you learn your skin, you know what it needs and how it will operate when you put makeup on. You're not gonna go for the gimmicky thing. You're not gonna go with what everyone else is using. You're not gonna do that to yourself. You're gonna be like, okay, this is what my skin is. This is what I need to buy in order for this product to work for me. I use one cleanser, but I need to look more into the moisturizer. Correct. If you're having problems with texture, figure out, okay, what do I want my skin to do? What is my skin doing? What do I need my skin to do? Your skin comes first, not your makeup. Thank you. I promise you, when you figure out what your skin needs, you will use so much less makeup. You will buy so much less makeup. Where did my rings go? You will buy makeup differently. You will look at the products and be like, this ain't gonna work for me. I know it looks good on this girl that I saw on TikTok, I saw on Instagram. I know it looks cute, but this is going to do this to me if I buy this. Also, if your dry skin, flooding is so good. Or slugging, yes. How can I make my makeup sweat proof? All right. What is your skin doing, Danny? What is your skin doing? If you're sweaty, you need to control that somehow. So you need to look into products that will control your sweats. One size makes an amazing Secure the Sweat primer. Put it where you need it, not all over your face. Put it where you need it. If you're having oil control issues, if you're having sweat issues with your skin, that's the first thing you need to tackle. I got into skincare in my late 20s and now I'm 35 now because I've always had good skin to me. You probably have amazing skin. Like, having good skin doesn't mean like, oh, I don't break out. Because I don't typically break out, but I do have ingrown hairs. I do get the whiskers every once in a while. I don't typically break out, but I do get dry. I have the worst texture right up in here. So I'm like, what do I got to do to combat the texture? Do I need to hydrate more? Do I need to exfoliate? These are things that you're gonna learn, like with going to the esthetician regularly, with reading ingredients, trying new things. All right. Well, this was fun. So, quick recap. Look at the syllabus. The link is in the bio under makeup syllabus right at the top. Yeah, drink your water, of course. Right, yeah, you want to click the link right there. In the syllabus, the last page, there will be a link that will take you to the list, the shopping list. So for every class, there will be a list, a guide that will help you through finding resources for the things that I recommend for you guys. That list is $17. I would really appreciate if you support me. If you don't want to do that, there's always my GoFundMe, which is also one of the first links in the pin site for you. The homework assignment for this week, $200 limit. There will be a link also at the bottom of the syllabus that will be uploaded. That's where you're gonna put your homework assignment. And again, the person with the closest to $200, I'm gonna contact them and we're gonna go live next week and I'm gonna walk you through your makeup. We're gonna do our makeup together. It's gonna be interactive. And I'm also gonna send you a special gift, okay? I love your lives, thank you so much. Oh, my pleasure. The YouTube video for last week's class and this class, I'm gonna upload them ASAP. So sorry, my apologies. All right, guys, remember, read your syllabus. Next week, week 4, we got 2 more weeks left, okay? Love you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Be safe. Good night, good night, good night.